Happy Thanksgiving 2020. How's everybody doing? This is Country Mama Musings, and it is a dreary kind of overcast day here on the farm today. It's 2020, nothing is normal, and it was just ended up being a quiet day with just my husband and myself. We didn't get a chance to get together with family, and we had a beautiful breakfast. We used some of my apple pie filling that I canned earlier in the year, and we made stuffed French toast with that. We've kind of sat in front of the fire, relaxed a little bit, and now he's upstairs in his man cave, and I'm down here in the kitchen, and I thought we would make some Christmas jam today. Now, if you've looked for recipes on the internet, or if you've watched some other YouTube videos, you can see that there is a wide array of different types of recipes for this really nice, yummy seasonal jam. So what I did is I looked through some of the recipes, I watched some of those other YouTube videos, and I kind of came up with my own recipe based on what I have here in the kitchen today. So I thought we would mix all this up. We'll get it in our stock pot here, and then we'll get it into the canner. I have half-pint jars in my canner right now. They've been washed and sterilized. They're in that hot water. They're just waiting. So let's get started. I'm going to kind of bring the camera down a little bit to show you what we're working with. I've got all of our ingredients laid out, and I'll put the recipe that I'm using today in the description box below. So what I have in here is I have one 12-ounce package of cranberries. Cranberries were on sale this week, so my neighbor picked up some extras for me, and I thought Christmas jam would be the thing to do. So I've got them here in my Tupperware Chef Pro. What's really nice is I don't have to drag out the big heavy food processor or a big blender to get this done. So I've got these in here. This is about 3.5 cups. That's what that 12-ounce package turns out to be. So I've got these in here, and we're just going to give them a few pulses. We don't want to pulverize them. We don't want to completely turn it into a mess. We just want to mix them up a little bit. And this is a good workout. So let's see what we've got there. You see how beautifully that just kind of chops them up? So what's nice, I'm going to pop the lid off, just like that. And we're going to add some orange sections. Now this recipe that I found called for one whole orange sectioned. Well, it's Thanksgiving, I can't get to the stores. I don't have an orange. But I did have some mandarin oranges in the pantry. They were on sale, so I got a whole bunch of them. I thought, why don't I put these in here? So I've got just a little ramekin full. It's about 1 cup of some mandarin orange slices. So those are going to go in. I drained the juice off when I opened them. And again, we're going to put this in here and just give it a few more pulses. What do you think? 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what we've got. Ooh, that looks nice. I'm going to take the whole thing off here. Remove our blade. These are very sharp. Now, if you don't have one of these and you're interested in one, put my shopping link in the description below. Be really careful though, the blades are very sharp. Alright, so we're just going to pop this into our stock pot here. I've got the largest little pot, that's kind of an oxymoron, huh? I've got the largest pot that I have here in the kitchen, because sometimes when you get these concoctions really hot and cooking, they boil up. You don't want them boiled over. I'm going to put my blades back in, and to that now I'm going to add, I didn't have fresh strawberries. Fresh strawberries were astronomical at the store this week. So what I did is I got a bag of frozen strawberries, got about 4 cups here. I drained off quite a bit of the juice, but since they've been sitting here, they got a little bit juicier. So we've got some juice, but we've got mostly about 4 cups, 16 ounces is what it calls for, of strawberries. And I dropped one. Let me grab it. There it is. Okay. And for that, it says to add the spices to this. Now, I don't think I want to add my spices in here, so I'm going to wait a second. I'm going to hold off on that. Let's just mix this up a little bit. See how easy the lid goes on? So much easier than my food processor. I love this little gadget. Let's give it, I don't know, 6 pulls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get a nice little arm workout while I'm at it. Oh, beautiful. That blended those up, but it didn't take them down too hard. Okay, so we're going to add those to our pot as well. Okay, so we've got our strawberries, our orange sections, and our cranberries in there. And then here are the spices that I'm going to be using today. What I've got here is I have a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. So those 3 are going to go in the pot. All right. And to that, the recipe called for a 1/2 cup of water. And I thought I have just a little bit of juice left over from breakfast. So why not put juice in, add a little bit more of that orange flavor that I'm missing because A, I'm only using the mandarin oranges, not a fresh orange, and B, the recipe called for orange zest, and I don't have any. Orange juice it is. In it goes, 1/2 cup. And we're going to turn this on. Turn this on a high heat, and we're really going to get it going. We're going to mix everything up. And we're going to bring this up to temperature. Okay, this is just starting to heat up. And at this stage, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my pectin in, and I'm going to put my butter in, and we're going to bring this up to a full rolling boil. And once we get it to that full rolling boil, we're going to add our sugar. So this is 1 packet of just the dry pectin powder that's going in. And like I said, we're just going to add just a wee little bit of butter. There we go. We get this incorporated. We get this up to a nice heat. Just going to bring it to boiling. What did you do today for Thanksgiving? Were you able to get together with some of your family members? 2 years ago we had 29 family members. This year, nothing. It was a little distressing, but kind of relaxing too. Didn't have a lot of work to do. We just relaxed. Hung out here with our fur babies. One of them's going to start whining now. That's Harley. We live here on a 5-acre farm, just my husband and I, with a bunch of little rescued animals. And what you're hearing in the background is just our little Harley. He's a rescued senior dog who was dropped off at a kill shelter, and we rescued him. Gosh, it's been 8 years now that he's been here with us. Our first year here on the farm, we rescued 57 animals. I couldn't help myself. If I see them and they need a home, if they're unloved or unwanted, I bring them home here to the farm. Things have changed a little bit for us. I don't bring them home as often as I used to. I still sometimes bring them home. I brought home a couple of turkeys the other day. They were pardoned. They didn't get eaten today. They're out in the orchard with all of our other coop kids, which are our chickens and our ducks and some rescued potbelly pigs. So I'm just going to continue to let this heat up. I'll bring you back as soon as we're ready to add our sugar. This beautiful full boil that we've got going here, a full boil that I cannot stir down. So what this means is now I'm going to add my sugar. One thing I liked about being able to put my recipes together like this is I get to customize it the way I want. Some of them call for way too much sugar. This one only has 4 cups of sugar. So let's put that in there. Some of them called for as much as 7 cups of sugar. But then again, they didn't use any pectin. So let's get this all incorporated in here. And once it comes back up again to another full rolling boil, we're going to boil it for 2 minutes. Let's listen and wait for them to ping. I ended up with 7 half pints of Christmas jam. There's one. I forgot to mention earlier, when you put them in your water bath canner, there's 2. Make sure that you have at least 1 inch of water. There's 3. 1 inch of water above your jars. You don't want them to be real close. You want it to be well over the jars. It's very, very important. And there's the last one. So we'll just wait for those to ping, but in the meantime, what I did is I've got my coffee and I have some occasional crackers. I wish I had butter crackers. Butter crackers would be so much better. But I had a little bit left in the bottom of the pan, and I just thought I would scoop some of that out, put it on a nice little Thanksgiving tray here with some whipped cream cheese, and try a little bit of this jam on a cracker. Now this cracker is a peppered occasional cracker, which I thought would be really nice with the cranberry. Kind of like how we discussed earlier about how some people are going to be making this and putting in just a little bit of maybe some hatch chilies or a little bit of jalapeno. Make sure you take the seeds out just to give it a little bit of heat. Let's see how this tastes. That's good. It's tart with the cranberries. A little bit of hints of the orange, the sweetness of the strawberries. You pair that up with the cream cheese, and then you just get the little hints of pepper from the cracker. That's delicious. All right. So I would recommend doing these in the little half-pint jars. They're perfect for gift giving. They're perfect if you want to use them for yourself and you take them out, put in the fridge. There's another one. But you're not really focused on eating a whole pint at a time. Just do them in half pints. What's really nice is you can get the little round labels. You can make some custom labels to put on top, or you can cut out some cardstock, print on them, and get some really pretty twine or jute, some pretty string, and tie it around the sides and give them as gifts for Christmas. All right, guys, so thank you for joining me. Keep pinging, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.